Hey viewers, Hexcraft here. Before we get started, a few things. First off, this video has been delayed over and over and over due to Riot keep releasing these skins at different points. At first, I was going to do it before a few days ago, and it was actually done. And then I had to redo some things because the intro and outro of this video sort of didn't really fit so well with adding 2 new skins, which just came because they released a new Cho and Zac skin, so I had to force those in. So yes, most of the audio will be a bit different compared to those two. So yeah, I just had to redo this intro real quick, and also a little annoyed that Skarner is getting delayed because, again, I had a old Skarner skin video ready, but new Skarner then got released, and I didn't want to post the video then because, you know, not really worth it. And also the music for Skarner's whole new song isn't out yet, so I have delayed that video again. So yeah, it's been fun, but with out of the way, let's get started. Starting off with Winterblessed Hecarim, I am so glad Riot went and said, let's stop making him shirtless, because this full armor look for him looks so much better in my opinion. The size of his scythe is kind of ridiculously large, but to be fair, sometimes that was a thing with his models. And speaking of effects in his models, God, does the wintry starlight effect really work with these abilities? Like, this looks like a really cool Hecarim. This could be like Paladin Winter Hecarim, basically. A good kind of guy Hecarim. And honestly, it's an amazing skin, beautiful effect, beautiful model, and overall, I think this is a really good skin for him. And I'm surprised, because I thought Riot was going to go downhill with his models and give us some really chintzy, shitty stuff, but they didn't, and I'm impressed. I had to give it an 8. Similar to many people, when I first saw the Primal skins, I couldn't tell most of the female ones apart, but in-game, I'd say Riven looks pretty nice for a model. There are some really ups that I like. Her outfit's amazing, I love the way her hair is, and there's some downs. For example, her sword doesn't really look broken, and when you ult, it doesn't look like it's forged back together crudely. It looks like a different sword entirely, but honestly, it's not too big of a problem, especially when you see her abilities, and God, they're beautiful. I love the slashing effect of her Q, and the last one causing a special impact. Normally it's this generic impact always see, but this time it's kind of its own new Raider-esque impact, which I think really makes this last Q impact a lot harder. There is also the fact that you can see a claw slicing attack when you use your Qs as well. You also have your dash shield, which gives you the tiger shield, the W causing slash impacts on the ground, and of course the ult's blast that looks like a set of claws being shot out. I think overall, Riven did a really nice look for this model. I thought this concept was going to be goofy and stupid, but no, she fits really well, and I gotta give it a 7. There are a few details that I think they could improve on, but overall, it's a decent skin. Due to his effects not being as flashy, I really thought this was going to work well for Talon. Of course, the claw blade he throws out is okay. The passive having a slash effect was really cool. The claw marks in his back when the shurikens return were nice. And the details of his model look cool, even though some parts remind me more of Set. I do like the fact that his blade is actually a set of claws this time. And overall, for a Talon skin, I'd say this is a decent one at that. It's really good and honestly fits the style, and it fits Talon, which I thought they'd fail at. I should mention the fact that at first I didn't realize it was a Talon skin, and I thought this was actually for Primal female champions, but then I was told it was Talon, and I kind of laughed. But overall, I'd give it a 7. It's decent, it's well, and it fits with his skins. I swear to God, I've seen all these effects already. Like, that spin, I might have to look back, but I swear that's just a reused spin, just recolored. And overall, it just feels like a purple version of Conqueror Jack. The model itself is okay, but for our first actual Jack skin since his update, I would say this kind of is a real shame. It feels lesser compared to all the other project skins. Hell, even the basic Yone one that I've actually had to record for a video recently, I would say that probably has a lot more better detail and design wise than this one has, and it's kind of sad. I really think this could have been a great idea for a skin, but robots and jacks, we've done that already. I gotta give it a 5. Porcelain Aurelion Soul, honestly, model-wise, looks really well, which I didn't know how this was going to really turn out. When I first heard about it, I thought, oh, it's going to have things that are T-related for the attacks, so it's colored like T, I guess. But no, the blue, white, and gold effects of his spells really do look amazing. His breath actually has a sparkling design. The actual flower in his E that sucks you in really makes the area look so much more beautiful. And speaking of flowers, the blooming flower of his ultimate always looks incredible. And I couldn't talk about this one without also bringing up the fact that I don't think I actually showed them in the Aurelion Soul video, but he does have extra effects when it comes to his enhanced ultimate, which really stands out. And as you get more points into it, you'll notice it, because in base ult, it's just a comet that comes down and a blue the flower. In the enhanced version, it is a drag that falls from the sky and impacts before sending that dragon flying into the air again, which really improves his ultimate a lot. I would say this is probably one of his best skins right now, and I'd have to give it an 8. I'll be honest, I thought the cowboy with a sword gun was gonna be but honestly, the grays and whites of this skin plus the actual demon look kind of look a lot better than just forcing a bunch of reds and browns on him. Overall, I think Riot did a good job with this skin. I do love, of course, you Q, you shoot a bullet. Not just sound effect wise, you actually do see a bullet leave your gun, which again, detail I never thought Riot was going to put in there. I do love how the W, you have the demons doing the slash over your head. And during the ult, of course, there are tumbleweeds, which I always love them doing. And of course, you turn into a demon form when you use your E, which is such a cool design. And God, this is a good skin. And God, I'm going to give it an 8. And then I'm going to get yelled at. Everybody just said that the whites and browns of the other skins and all that, like the whites and grays are so good, but the browns and reds were This skin is just basic High Noon. Like, it's basic as fuck. And yes, there's a few more extra details they add to it, but again, it's just the browns and yellows, and yeah, it's okay. Again, it's a variant of the skin. It does add an extra set of wings and maybe a little bit more details here and there, but all in all, it's not that impressive. And at first, I thought this was going to be a prestige skin, and then I was told, no, it's another one of those buy capsules to get this skin. And it just, compared to the base one you could just straight up buy, I would say this one's even less worth it, really, unless you like the coloring. Because the only thing really special that I've noticed, again, is that during your E, you have a pair of wings. But besides that, it's pretty much the same generic High Noon colors. And in comparison, I give it a 6. I know, it's same model, same effects, but the color and the price tag are what we're really judging. Because remember, this is a is it worth buying series. And 200 just for brown version of a skin? Really isn't worth it, even with those wings. Fun fact, this recap was supposed to come out the day these skins were announced, and I thought, oh, great, cool, Riot released a few more skins out of the cover, but they're gonna be nothing that good. And I really like the Cho'Gath a lot. His breath attack has him spitting up cotton and buttons. His little rockets with springs that he shoots his E. His knockup is not just those same springs, but also the claws he has. And speaking of, the model itself, it's interesting because they use the concept of his base form, keeping his same silhouette, the goofy kind of silhouette he has, the one that's really not that thing. Again, I said it was basically ruining one of its god skins he could have had, but they took the fact that it's a goofy model and gave us a skin that really shines with that goof. And yeah, I have to give it an 8 because it does a really good job at being goofy in the right way. This one's good, but also really bad at the same time, more so because of small things, such as it does have the extra flair of the outfit and the bit of cool little details in the arm, having the little peppers and chips and such. But Besides that, the only other thing we have in the effect is those same little detail models popping off in certain animations, and of course his passive having chips forced into it. The limitations of Zac is really what holds back some of these animations and little details, but for what they had, they did a decent job. Again, my biggest issue though is why the puffy jacket, why the hat, a bit of actual hair sticking out of his hat, why the sandals, and why the short shorts. Those little things are just weird in my detailed mind, and overall though, it's still a decent skin, and I give it a 7. And there you have it. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like down below if you will, share if you can, comment down below if there's any champion you'd like to see, I'll try to get to it, and yeah, really not much else to say, so hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Peace.